In today's episode, I take you on a short but unique trip to the liquid nature in Vienna. Welcome to the Yokuchi aquascaping channel. Today I wanted to show you my trip to the EAPLC 2025 hour ceremony which took place in liquid nature. It was a truly unique trip full of emotions, knowledge, inspiration and meetings with amazing people from the world of aquascaping. We started our journey at 4:30 a.m. We drove for about 5 hours because the weather wasn't on our side. We arrived around 9:30 a.m. The store is definitely one of the top in Europe. The hardscape room was well stocked and we also had a number of aquariums with fish for sale. There were also a large number of plants for sale in excellent condition and wide section of various aquarium supplies. The most eye-catching were of course exhibition tanks, which you can see now. There was another tank in the showroom that was banned from being recorded because it was a competition tank, so you won't see it now. The award ceremony took place at 11 a.m. Those who were on the podium also had the opportunity to hear the judges' comment on their works.
The path is not going through the end, it gets some breaks in here, the plants broke it there, just in there you have a very little detail of sand that creates a perfect deep distance feeling. In here it's wider, in there it's super tiny and super small. Then you have that proportions, that feeling that everything is really far away. This is much more natural, and if you see all these little details that you let the plants, that they are planted like 10 centimeters to the glass, you let them with runners go to the frontal glass, but without carpeting everything, right? This is really natural, and this shows to the judge that the aquascaper has the right skills to create these details in here and those effects in there. This is the difference between place number 10 and place number 1, right? No picture here.
After the ceremony, there were a lunch break and the opportunity to chat with friends from across the Europe. Next, Yuri gave a lecture about his memories of building a 40-meter aquarium in Lisbon. Unfortunately, the author's request, I cannot present anything from it here. Following Yuri's lecture, Juan Puchades' workshop took place. Originally, it was planned to be a demonstration of creating a contest hardscape from scratch, but during the event the idea was replaced with a lecture by Juan on his personal observations and feelings about the competition aquariums and the features what they should have possessed.
The impact must be connected with contrast. If you see here, you have a massive rock in here, but then you have a little one in here. Little one is huge because this tank is huge. So it's like 700 liters, right? But take a look how this gets in total contrast with this, right? And there's also one super special element on this tank. Is the fear. You think that this is gonna fall in any moment. It's the feelings when you see a tank, what it feels, what it gets to you once you see it for the first time, it's super important. So the use of this empty space in here was masterful. You need it. Adrian, take a look at yours. We don't see the contrast. You have a huge element in here, and that element is good enough. But all the surrounding areas are not. They are competing against the big element. So this big element is not getting wow, okay? And this element is not having the right connection and the right contrast with this one to make this shine. And the empty space is so little that this huge element it's getting blinded by all the rest of the composition. This tank creates that feeling. This tank has the fear factor, right? Do you understand what I'm trying to talk about and why it has it? Because all the surrounding elements that they are in perfect connection. Even the execution for sure is great. The dynamics of the tank is super amazing. But this area, let this huge tree shine, and in here it's blinded, or in here we don't have that impact at all, right? We don't have that huge impact. So what I'm trying to tell you is this must be taken in mind from the beginning. You guys are talented enough and you have the skills to go super high, but I really think there's no ambition enough to go that high. You have to take in mind that if you don't have the impact, it's going to be really hard, really hard to be on top places. Why? Because me as a judge, and many of them, and I have conversation about this with, let's say, 20 judges at least. Imagine that we have 500 tanks. 500. What do we do at the beginning? We start analyzing all of them, right? Are we scoring from the beginning? I promise not. What do? We select. I do it in 3 boxes. What I think they are the best ones, like high quality, medium quality, low quality. Just for the beginning. Your tanks will be seen then maybe 3 seconds. And what will happen? Then it will create a first impression. That is super important. If you are in the second or in the third category, your tank is gonna be seen not more than maybe 20 seconds or 30 seconds, even scores, and that's it. But they are not relevant anymore, right? So, when you have those who say these tanks are gonna be in the top 100, okay, the EAPLC, they are sent to the judges, right? And then they take their time to analyze them. But from 101 to 1,500, we almost don't know how they are classified. I usually say that I don't mind if I'm 120 or 560, because I think in some way it's super hard to classify those huge amount of tanks. So for me it's like random, it's not random, but it's not important. It has no relevance, okay? But once you have those 100 tanks, at the first selection, 5 or 6 will shine, and those will be for sure in the top 10. And how do we as judges analyze them? Maybe in a screen like this, or in the EAPLC, in a screen like this, or in a photo like this. No more. No more. So judges are not gonna take a look at the finest detail. I promise. That will be maybe to select if this tank and this tank, they're both at the same level, and this one is gonna be the third and this one is gonna be the fourth. Then this really fine detail will be important. But it will not be important to have so many nice details if you are the 90, because it has no impact at all, right? You could say, where is this, the third. This tank has almost the impact, the use of the white space is correct, but it has not the fear factor.
It was a very valuable experience, full of knowledge and a different perspective on contest subject. And that's it for today's slightly different episode on the channel. Let me know if you'd like to see more episodes from the shop tour series on the channel, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye!